So in the wake of Kenji Inafune's recent Kickstarter campaign for the spiritual successor of the Blue Bomber, Mighty Number 9, I figured I'd do this AfterMash. As of me writing the script for this video, the goal of $900,000 to create the new Legend of Mech has already been reached in a day and a half. So as the fans of Mega Man readily accept this new hero, I'd like to make a tribute to the hero that started it all, Mega Man and his story. Now, the events of the Game Boy game Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, it reused some of the robots from the past two games, but what was important about this series is the creation of Mega Man Killer series. After fixing and modifying Proto Man into a combat-ready robot, he learned to design robots just as good as Dr. Light. After his defeats, he decided to create special robots just to deal with the Blue Bomber, and the first was Anchor. Able to absorb the shots from the arm cannon, Anchor would return them as a powerful blast from his Mirror Buster. But once defeated, Mega Man used the Mirror Buster against Wily's fortress in outer space. Claiming that he has changed after 3 previous incidents, Dr. Wily pleads with Dr. Light to clear his name, and this begins the events of Mega Man 3 back on the NES. Together they plan to create a giant peacekeeping robot named Gamma. Unfortunately, the energy elements that were needed to power Gamma were controlled by robot masters that went out of control. Mega Man then goes off to retrieve the power source with the help of Rush, and then meeting his brother for the very first time under the disguise of Breakman. If you try to use any other weapons on Breakman other than the arm cannon, you will find out that nothing works on him. Finding out that, in his absence, Dr. Wily took Gamma, Mega Man continued to defeat the rest of the robots and destroyed Wily's fortress. Everyone believed that Wily died in an explosion of his fortress, but you can see his little UFO thing flying in the ending, so you know that he did. So this begins the events of Mega Man 4. For a time, there was peace. The world believed that Dr. Wily is dead after the Gamma incident. The peace was broken when Dr. Light received a message from a Russian scientist named Dr. Cossack. Claiming that he was a far greater genius than Light, he unleashed new robot masters to create havoc among the world. Believing that these are new and more dangerous robots, Dr. Light equipped Mega Man with an upgraded weapon, the Mega Buster. It is listed that the new Mega Buster is an ambidextrous arm cannon that can fire 3 bullets of highly compressed solar energy. Finding out that Dr. Cossack was forced into criminal acts because of Dr. Wily kidnapped his daughter Kalinka, Mega Man goes to destroy Wily's Citadel and Proto Man betrays Wily and rescues Dr. Cossack's daughter. This time though, Wily actually smarts up and tries to destroy Mega Man by escaping and trying to blow up his Citadel with Mega Man inside. Instead, Mega Man just acts badass and rides on top of a train all the way home. Even though the games for the Game Boy had reused Robot Masters, they're actually a big part of the storyline for the classic Mega Man series. Mega Man 2, with the Roman numerals, for the Game Boy, has the story of Dr. Wily stealing a time machine from the Kronos Institute, a time-space research facility. Thinking that he could go into the past and change a few things, he found out that the machine had a serious flaw. While using it, instead of sending him to the past, it actually shot him into the future. 37.426 years into the future, in fact. It's in the manual of the game, no joke. And what exactly constitutes 0.426 of a year? I don't know. But there's a really cool story element here if you haven't played this game, so I'll save it later for you guys. But trust me, it's a big mindfuck. Anyways, using the technology from that time period, Dr. Wily creates Robot Masters to bring back with him in the present with the addition of a new Mega Man killer in the series, Quint. And again, Mega Man defeated all the robots in Wily. And again, Mega Man let him go. Shortly after, Dr. Wily creates another robot in the Mega Man killer series called Punk. Using saw blades and spikes, he leads rehashed Robot Masters as Wily tries to take over the world's oceans in Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy. Why Oceans? I don't know. He's Wily. In Mega Man 5 for the NES, Dr. Light was supposedly kidnapped by Proto Man, who has now released his own robot masters to destroy the city. After defeating all their masters and making it into the Proto Man's castles, Mega Man confronts Proto Man himself, but the real Proto Man reveals himself to show that the robot was a fake, and it was called Dark Man, which was a series of 4 robots. Of course, Wily was behind all of it, framing Proto Man for the kidnapping. Once again, he defeats Wily and saves Dr. Light, but as the fortress starts collapsing, Mega Man catches the roof and holds it, while Proto Man shoots a way out for him and Dr. Light to escape from. Jumping back to the Game Boy, Mega Man 4, with the Roman numerals, has Wily creating the next Mega Man killer named Ballad. As Mega Man defeated Wily in his space fortress, Ballad actually sacrificed himself to save Mega Man in the end. Continuing on the Game Boy, Mega Man 5 with the Roman numerals starts with this intro. In the year 20XX, the world is at peace thanks to Mega Man. Dr. Wily's 4th attempt at world domination has failed, and his name has once again faded from the minds of the citizens of the world. A few months later, then you see Mega Man and Roll attacked by a robot named Terra. The Mega Buster has no effect on Terra, so Dr. Light equipped him with a new Mega Arm, a nod to the robot heroes of old, and charges his own version of Mazinger Z's Rocket Punch. Then the events of Super Adventure Rockman happens, in which the legendary supercomputer that crashed on Earth 22,000 years ago resurfaces. Wily finds this as a chance to gain power for himself, but turns out that he couldn't control Ramoon, and instead, it took the data from his computer and started spewing out past robot masters to build his army. After defeating Ra Thor in a glimpse of pure anime badassery, Mega Man unleashes his most powerful move, the Double Mega Buster, even at the warnings of Wily, saying that he might short-circuit and overheat. Destroying Ramoon and the temple, Wily escapes while Mega Man hangs out with the newly revived robot masters. Also note, this game isn't like your typical Mega Man platform. This was released for the PlayStation and Sega Saturn, where it was more of an interactive animated game. You chose your path through choices and shot enemies first person in selected areas. Hey guys, thanks again for watching the Mega Man Timeline Episode 2. If you guys missed the first one, please click it, watch it, keep yourself up to date. And if you guys, like what you saw, please subscribe to mashthosebuns.com. And if you guys are interested in other things that isn't video games, usually martial arts and other really fun stuff, check out my channel at Art School Dropouts. And yeah, please hit subscribe on that too. Alright, thanks guys. Till next episode.